Hi everyone, Wendy Spanish Crafter here. I'm just coming along to show you these tags that I've been making following a tutorial by Kerr. These are them. I've made 4 up to now, and they have a little side pocket to put a journaling card in, or this one's got a little pocket. I've used various bits and bobs from different designers. Tracy Fox, Artie Mays. The words, these little tiny words are from Tracy Fox, and these larger words are from Pink Monarch Prints, Inspire Words. These, I've just lost the bag and I don't know where they're from, sorry. These were from my box from Your Creative Studio, and there's lots of journaling space on the back. I've left all the backs blank, and these are made from a A4 sheet of paper. This is 120 GSM, and it's just cut into 4 that way. And then you decide how big you want your tag, how long. So just fold it up a couple of inches, 2.5 inches, and get a tag shape at the top, like so. And then you need a circle punch to punch out a little part here so that they know it's a pocket, and it makes it easier to get the card in and out. Let's just move that out of the way. And then you glue down, obviously, the edges. That. And I like all the edges inked, just my preference. Now these came about because I'm making another reference journal for myself. I did show in an earlier video, just after Christmas, I got a lovely handmade book from my friend Sharon, one of my craft club ladies, and she made this lovely notebook in a little bag, so I decided to make that as my reference book. Just bear with me 1 second. Now this is the bag from Sharon, and it came with this lovely notebook, and I decided to make it into my reference journal, and I wrote down which YouTube video I'd watched things on, or what month they were in, then I could refer back to them. And it's getting rather fat. Still got some pages to put in, but it's getting a bit fat, so I was cutting this large book up this week, and it's a gardening book, and I split the spine. As I was cutting the pages out with my knife, I cut through the spine, so I didn't want to throw it away because I thought it's a nice, really nice solid hardback book. So I thought I'd make it into a reference journal for myself. So I stuck some handmade paper on the spine, inside and out. Bear with me, there. And then I cut some paper to cover the edges of that up, and in the back. Sorry, this is all ready to have bits glued in. Then I put coffee dyed paper on this one, and I made a pocket journal following a tutorial by Treasure Books, not a journal, a pocket. And the inscription on there, sadly a gentleman that I knew died, And when I went to the charity shop, I picked this book up and it had been bought for this gentleman. So I've kept that inscription there, and it's a little pocket. So what I'm going to do is put the book from Sharon in there. So I've made 2 signatures, and at the moment I've just got them held in with elastic, because I didn't want to sew them in just yet until I've decided I might add some more bits. I've used some double pages from the gardening book, and I've used some A3 white paper just cut down to size. So like I say, I've not sewn them in yet because I'm just not sure how many I'm going to have. It might get too fat. And this was the front inside cover of the gardening book, and it was all red leaves. It looks like a maple tree. So I Mod Podged it, and I just put some gold leaf flakes that my friend gave me for Christmas. And this is my inside cover, and I've just Mod Podged a napkin on there to hide the writing underneath. You can still see some of it through, but that's quite nice. And then I've started making pockets to put into the pages. So this is one page I've done, and this is a 3-pocket corner pocket, and I've put washi tape on the side to strengthen the edge of the page, and I've just left one knot glued together. Then in the future I can just unfold it, and I've got a reference back of how I made that pocket. So I just hold that all together with a paper clip, and now she can't get it back together. There we go. And clip that into the book. There's the paper clip. I get all fingers and thumbs when I'm filming. So I thought I'd make a nice one to put in the book, and I've just strengthened the page up again with some book pages just glued on, and I've just glued a plain white piece of paper and written in pencil what it is, where it's from. This is the other side, so that you've got a pocket going facing one way and facing the other way. And this one is a 2-pocket one, and I've done them facing both ways, left and right. And again, I've written on there things that can be done. This is a different fold just from a book page. So this is going to be a big reference journal, and it's going to take me a while to fill it. So this is 2 pages I've done. And then I saw Kerr making these tags. Well, I'd made them a few times a while ago, so I thought I'd just refresh my memory and make some to go in this journal. So then I start decorating them up, and this is the fun part. So I just got some book pages. G always makes hers look so pretty. And I always feel that mine don't look as pretty, but it's just my work. So I punch a hole. Then I have made some reinforcement rings from bits of odd cardboard, just by using my crocodile on the large hole. And then let me just show you. Punch a hole, larger hole of your crocodile, and then get your corner punch and position that in the middle, and that gives you a reinforcement ring, like so. But obviously do it out of cardboard. And then I glue that on. Then I've been using just ordinary garden string for the tops. So that's that bit done. Then, like I say, book page. Don't have to be neat or tidy for this, just any which way. and I like to ink the edges of most things I use. When I'm filming I tend to keep leaning back and then I end up getting out of frame. I've not been posting much on Facebook because people that know me know that for some reason Facebook has taken a wobbly against me and blocked me from liking or commenting on posts, and they said this could be because there's been abusive or not adhering to the rules. So goodness knows what that means, because I would never be abusive on anywhere, never mind, you know, on a public forum like Facebook. I'm just not an abusive person, full stop. So I have to wait 3 days before I can do any liking or commenting, which is a bit annoying. So then you decide, or I decide, what is going to go on here. I've got this little box of cards with flowers on and greenery, which I've just pulled those out. When I'm doing something like this, like making snippets or anything, I just tend to pull a few things out, like a pouch with words in, a pouch with butterflies in. I did have a bit of a reorganise with some of my ephemera, and I'll just show you. I've moved some into a basket like this with plastic wallets, and I've labelled them, and so they're all there by the side of me, so even when I'm doing card making I've got things right at hand. So this one of Kerr's would be quite a nice set to use as well. I think this is her fussy cut, yeah, sorted fussy cuts, which is quite nice. Now that's a really nice one, so I think I might use those two on there. Just ink a bit around the edges. These were printed onto coffee dyed paper, which make them even nicer, because then you don't have to worry about the whiteness showing through. I'm just nearly at the end of this collal glue. That can go there. I'll use a little bit of cheesecloth on the top bit, just under this card. This is all coffee dyed cheesecloth. When I'm doing a batch of papers, I tend just to shove a bit of cloth in as well. And then that can go. Funny, all my glues are coming to the end all at once. My 3-in-1, my collal, and my cosmic shimmer. Oh, I know what I'll do before I stick that down. I'll just use this little edge of paper, just ink that up and glue that. Waste not, want not. Any of the tiniest scrap can be used. There we go. Then we need a few words. These tags from Tracy is quite nice, Tracy Fox. I think I'll put one of those on too. I love just putting anything on that's at hand. Doing that onto the edge of that flower one. And there, right at the side of me, is a little word, flowers. So let's stick that on. This set of traces comes with blanks as well, so this looks nice, just putting the word onto a blank. should we have that? Just there. And then you have to make a card that goes in the little pocket at the side. Which can be made from anything. Some I've just used ready-made tags. Some I've used a little off-cut from a journaling card. I'll show you now. That was just a ready-made tag from your Creative Studio box. And this is from an off-cut of a journaling card. Oh, that needs gluing down again. And this is just an off-cut of coffee dyed paper with a bit of lace for a pull, a floral trim, and one of these little floral cards in a pocket, and that just slots in. When you putting things in a pocket like this, you do have to make sure that the edges are stuck down, which that one obviously wasn't quite stuck down properly, so that when you're pushing it inside it doesn't keep catching on the edge. I really like these tags, so I'm going to do a few of them, put a couple in the reference journal and put some in the stash ready to be used. So here we need something for the inside. So I'm just looking in my... When I emptied this bag, I did promise myself that I wasn't going to let it get to this stage again, but it has. So there's a piece of white card, which I think will need cutting down. Yes, it will. Just cut a little bit off. Still a little bit of a tight fit, so I'll just trim a little bit more off. Yeah, that's okay. So I'll ink all the edges because it's a bit stark. I've used the hammered side as the front, and then the reverse side can be used for journaling. Then I think actually I'll round the corners. This is quite a strong card. I think it's 300 or 320 GSM, so it's quite a heavy weight for punching. Now we need something for the front, so I'll use one of Artie Maze's butterfly cards if it will fit. Oops. Yeah, so I'll just ink the edges of that. See the edges on this, these stamps of Artie Maze's. In my Creative Studio box one month I got this sheet of paper, and you can see it's embossed with sort of a stamp edge. Just, can you see that there? So when I thought, what's that for? But when you actually fold it, you can pull it and it forms like a stamp. So I've been using this on some of the tags as like a decoupage, like that. So they're quite good. Right, let's glue this on. And then I just need something to use as a pull, or it might just be okay enough, it might just be sticking out. Right, let's make sure the edges of this is glued down. And that can just slot in there. That looks okay. Just damp that white down a little bit more on the edge there. It's okay. So you've got all the back of the tag for journaling space, and you've got the back of that little card for journaling space. Oh, my flowers have slipped. Never mind, it doesn't look too bad even though it's off centre now. That's the only trouble with Collal glue, it does tend to be a bit slower drying than Cosmic Shimmer, but that can be an advantage or a disadvantage. And I've just got this on my desk, so I'm just going to stick that right in the top corner. Could actually utilise that offcut of paper too. Let's just tear the edge. Right, get the last of this glue out. There we go. So stick that on. You can barely see the cheesecloth, and I like to see some of it, so I'll try and get it underneath, and then put the word on top of the end of that. I'd love it if you were a subscriber, and I'll keep showing you pages of my reference journal. Everybody seems to be doing them now. Kerr was obviously the first one I saw. I've seen Angela Kerr making them as well, and I know my friend Sharon's made one. So thank you very much for joining me, and please leave me a comment, and I shall see you next time. Bye.